gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing. And in today's video, my voice is a little deeper than usual because I just woke up a couple minutes ago. But yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at Case D of the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks double packs for 2024. I finally unboxed the one truck I needed for this set, the Poison Pinto. I finally got this thing out of package, which means I have the full set now, thankfully. And we're going to be able to look at that today. What's interesting though is I only have one of these in package. Basically 6 of these trucks are already loose, so it's going to make doing this video a lot easier. Hence why we have nothing on the background, is because it's all loose trucks basically. So without further ado, let's get into it with the first double pack that we're going to be looking at today, which is our Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live double pack that I'm assuming they're going to do in every single case of double packs. Now we'll get a Hot Wheels Monster Trucks one, and it is Tiger Shark versus Mega Rex is the first double pack we're going to look at today. So basically your two creature trucks in Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live at the moment. It's going to start with Tiger Rex. We're going to start with Tiger Shark here. So here you go, Tiger Shark. We've seen Tiger Shark a million times at this point. It really isn't anything special anymore. It was when it first came out though. We had never seen anything like this before when from the Monster Jam line or anything. So this was kind of a pretty big one when it first came out, I guess. I think the kids liked it a lot. Anymore though, I think this truck is starting to lose popularity. I wouldn't be surprised to hear that this truck might get replaced on the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live circuit in the near future, because yeah, I don't know. I don't see this thing sticking around forever. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, with Rhino Mike coming in, it's going to replace Demo Derby. I am very curious to see what the next truck is going to end up replacing, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, one of the trucks we're going to be looking at in this exact video is going to be the next Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live truck. So keep that in mind. And then Mega Rex. I can't actually remember if this thing still runs in the live circuit. There's a good chance it doesn't. Wow, look at the chrome is rubbing off. I take such good care of these trucks, and the chrome is already rubbing off the bead locks. That's so sad. That's so upsetting. It's like all my hard work was for nothing to keep these things nice and pristine. But yeah, everybody, there you go, Mega Rex. I've always liked this paint scheme of Mega Rex. It's not my favorite though. I kind of wish the real life truck would have run the gray Mega Rex paint scheme. I think that would have looked a lot cooler. Not bad though. Kind of wish they would have kept the removable tails as well. I think that would have been fun. Alrighty. Now for our in-package one. This is the in-package one. And again, we're going in order by card back, so I didn't choose what order we did, or what order we're doing this in. It is Totaled versus Crate Danger. Now, you can see the two logos up there. Totaled versus Crate Danger. Now, this one's actually really interesting because the mainline set that Crate Danger is in, I do not have completed, so I cannot make the video on that, which means this thing will just be sitting loose for a while until I eventually get the stuff to make that video. But this one's really, really cool because we had Crate Danger getting a double pack re-release, and then we had a new paint scheme for Totaled with the Monster Control, which is really cool. Also, I find it really funny that the one that I got has a smashed blistered specifically on Totaled, on the side of Totaled, which is really funny. So let's open this up, shall we? Much unlike the last set of double packs we looked at, where I had all of them carded and every single pack was like a bunch of new trucks that I had never gotten in my collection before, this one is not like that. This one is going to be all 90% re-releases of trucks that I've had before. So there you go, everybody. That's the last time you'll be seeing them together, the Totaled and the Crate Danger. So we're going to start with Totaled here. I've said it before and I will say it again. This is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, new Hot Wheels trucks, casting wise. This thing is so freaking cool, and every release of this truck has been fantastic so far. The first one being the Stunt Team one, which was pretty cool, but I think this one's probably my favorite of the two that we've gotten from Totaled. Actually, there's a third one that I don't have yet. I don't think that one's going to beat this, though. This is easily my favorite Totaled. It's such a good one. It's got the Monster Control on the side there. It's meant to just look like a standard pickup truck if it got severely damaged. And they did such a good job with the casting. The casting work is absolutely phenomenal. You got chunks missing out of the casting. My favorite thing is if you look at the window insert, it's actually molded to look like there's pieces missing out of it and it's shattered. Like, so much detail has been put into this. Like I said, the amount of effort that went into this casting is just downright incredible, in my opinion. It is so awesome. So yeah, everybody, Monster Control. That's weird. You can see that The roll cage is really shifty. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. But yeah, everybody, there you go. That's totaled. Probably the best truck of the video right there. That is such a fantastic model. And then we have probably one of the weirdest releases of 2024. I still don't know exactly what this is supposed to be. It's called Crate Danger. When I first saw this, I thought it was like supposed to be a gummy worm themed truck because that's what it kind of looked like. That is not the case. I think this is just meant to look like a shipping wooden container that has like some sort of kraken or something in it. I don't know. Very weird. I don't, like I said, this is one where I'd have to ask like the guy who made it what the thought process was here because I have no clue. It's very, very weird. I like the name though, Crate Danger. I do think that's a fun name. I also like the paint scheme quite a bit. It definitely takes me back to the early days of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks when all they would do was take like different castings and just put fun paint schemes on them. In fact, I don't know if that's kind of what that series Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Back to Basics in the main line is. They just take a casting and throw a fun paint scheme on it. But this is like the early days of that back in the beginning for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. So yeah, everybody, there you go. That's Crate Danger right there. Very interesting one. Alrighty, next up we have Hotweiler versus Scratch Attack. So we got dog versus cat here. Now, I mentioned earlier that we could see Tiger Shark removed by a new truck in the main line or in the actual real life shows. And I think Scratch Attack, as of right now, I think Scratch Attack probably has the highest probability of being the next real life truck. It has popped up in so many places and it is gaining fast popularity. In fact, they even put it in the Trophy Champions line, which would make Scratch Attack the only truck in the entirety of the Trophy Champions line that doesn't exist in real life yet. So I think it is a very, very high probability that Scratch Attack here becomes the next real life truck after Rhino might. I do think that is probably going to happen, which I'm very interested to see that because this is kind of a unique body design. But let's get him out of the limelight for a second and let's focus on Hotweiler. It has been a while since we've seen this specific Hotweiler. I've always referred to this thing as the racing Hotweiler because it's got the racing numbers on it, which is pretty fun. Got that blue stripe there of like face paint as well. I've always said that if they did Hotweiler as a real life truck, I think this is probably the design that they should go with. Just because it's simple, it gets the job done. However, thinking about it, I would love to see 6 Stuff Hotweiler, the toxic green one, in real life. That would be really cool. Actually, no, if they are going to do a real life Hotweiler and they can use any design, they should do the glow in the dark design because it's purple with flames. It looks super cool. But yeah, there you go. That is the racing Hotweiler. Pretty basic. Again, I kind of wish Hot Wheels would start putting logos on their trucks more, especially with Hotweiler and stuff. It'd be nice to see them do that. Because, like, take a look at Scratch Attack, for example. They got the logo on this one on the little side piece here. But, yeah, Scratch Attack here. We all know Scratch Attack. It's the cat truck that Spitmaster seemingly ripped off with their cat truck because the castings look insanely similar. Like, you cannot tell me that one was not inspired by the other. That's how similar they are. I wish I had my Night Storm on me. I'd show you what I'm talking about. But one thing that I will say, though, about Scratch Attack that I think has miles over Spin Master, almost every single release of Scratch Attack has been unique to a point where it seemingly is not trying to ride the hype of a real life truck. Both of Spin Master's cat trucks, Night Storm and Catastrophe, look like Predator and Prowler. All of Hot Wheels' cat trucks do not really have a real life counterpart that they seem to be mimicking. They're all unique, and that just really shows, in my opinion, that Hot Wheels, when they get a new casting or whatever, they don't need to coast off of another truck's hype. This alone works. And like I said, if this ends up becoming a real truck, then they're just going to sell more units anyways. Also, I never noticed before that the whiskers on the front are lightning bolts. That's really cool. But yeah, everybody, there you go, Scratch Attack. And honestly, I'm just going to say it right now. If they turn this into a real truck, I am all for it. I would love to see this as a real truck. I hope that they use this paint scheme just because I love how unique this is. But yeah, Scratch Attack, everybody. Let me know what you think about Scratch Attack becoming a real-life truck, if you like that idea or not. All right, final double pack is Poison Pinto versus Roger Dodger. This is such a fun double pack for one specific reason. Both of these are Hot Wheels cars from way before my time, now turned into monster trucks, paint schemes and everything. It is such a fun idea. So we're going to start with the Poison Pinto here. I don't have the Poison Pinto. I've been trying to get one on Whatnot, trying to get a loose Poison Pinto that is in solid condition. All the ones that I've seen either have the red line tire rubbed off, or it is missing like a bunch of paint, or the decals are gone. I'm talking about the Hot Wheels car, by the way, not the specific truck. I have the truck, obviously, but we have a. It's pretty cool. I like the Poison Pinto because of the fact that it is a nod to an old style monster truck. It's really fantastic, and Hot Wheels car. And the other thing that I really like about the Poison Pinto, just in general, is the thought of it being a monster truck. Because for those of you who don't know, the Pinto was actually labeled as one of the most dangerous vehicles in existence because of the location of the gas tank. If you got rear-ended in a Pinto, the gas tank would almost always burst into flames because of where it was located. So the fact that they turned this into a monster truck is so funny, because it's like the Poison Pinto, or like the Pinto here, is getting revenge on all the people, all the other cars that caused it grief in the car market. Now it's back as a monster truck. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, there you go. There's that. It wasn't that specific era of Pinto, I don't think, but still. And then Roger Dodger. Now, what is there to say about Roger Dodger? If you guys don't know the story behind Roger Dodger, then what are you talking about? This is probably one of the top 5 most known Hot Wheels cars of all time. It is such a famous car. I think there's over 100 variations of this car at this point. There is so many just out there in general. It is such a famous car, such a cool car. And for those of you who don't know, the first ever release of Roger Dodger was this exact blue in both monster truck and Hot Wheels form. It was this blue here. It didn't look like this on the Hot Wheels car. The flame pattern was a bit different, but the original blue release of Roger Dodger is now one of the rarest Hot Wheels cars in existence. So much so that I'm pretty sure if you can get the blue Roger Dodger even in a loose form but in solid condition, it is like $8,000 if I'm not mistaken. It is such a rare car. Now, I have what I'm pretty sure is a replica of the blue one. It is not the blue one specifically, but it is a replica that I'm pretty sure is also worth a pretty penny, because from what I can tell, it's either a custom or it was a convention car that everybody forgot about, because from all my sources, I can't find it anywhere. It's like that car doesn't exist. So I'm leaning towards the fact that it's a custom, but I'm willing to hold out doubt that it isn't, because if it is an official Hot Wheels product, that thing's going to be worth some money. But yeah, everybody, there you go. That's Roger Dodger, and that is the final truck that we're going to look at for today's video. The Roger Dodger there, pretty cool. Poison Pinto, we saw that a couple times now. Been seeing that truck quite a bit. And then Hotweiler Scratch Attack. Like I said, I am all for, if Scratch Attack becomes a real life truck, I'm on Team Scratch Attack. I want to see that so bad. I think it'll be such a cool one. And then if they end up turning Scratch Attack into a real life truck, it'll probably keep Spin Master from turning Night Storm and Catastrophe into real trucks, because they'll look similar. Let's hope that's the case. I hope that that happens, because quite frankly, if Night Storm and Catastrophe became real trucks, I'd probably be pretty upset about that, unironically, because like I said, I really hate both of those diecasts. If they turned those into real trucks, I would be insanely disappointed. But yeah, there you go, everybody. That is the full lineup of double packs right there. It's an okay set. Like I said, if you're just somebody looking for monster trucks to buy for your kids or whatever, like, you know, these two are real life trucks, this would be an easy way to get the purple Scratch Attack, because I think this has only been released twice at this point. For this one, this would be another way for you to get the Poison Pinto and a modern release of the blue Roger Dodger. Same thing with this one, modern release of this. And then for this one, if you missed this one in the main line, you got it now. And then we have, this is the only truck in this entire set of doubles pack that's actually unique, and that's pretty cool. I think they usually do it that way, though, that with the doubles packs, it's only one unique truck. I'm trying to think back to, well, no, the last set of double packs we looked at had Skelosaurus and Joker were unique. What was the other double pack in that set? I can't remember now. It was Skelosaurus. It was the Bone Shaker Skelosaurus. It was Batman Joker. Carbonator. Oh, the shoes. Yeah, the last set of double packs for the year, the set immediately after this had 3 unique trucks. Maybe, okay, this set just sucks, I guess, because there's only 1 unique truck in here. That's lame. And then I'm thinking about they just revealed the 4th wave of double packs for 2025. I just got pictures of those. And like, I'm thinking, I think there's 2 unique trucks in there, 2 unique, never before seen trucks in there. Yeah, this set sucks then, because there's only 1. What the heck? Anyways, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you, and good night.